Hi, welcome to Fred TV News. I'm Cameron Cabral.
And I'm Keelan Dunn. This week's news show is about going behind the scenes. Our first story is about being a teacher. We all know teaching goes beyond the school day, and teaching opportunities present themselves all the time. Here's Jesse with that story.
Teaching in the modern world can be very challenging. Today I'm here at Durfee High School to show you what it's like. Many teachers will tell you that they became teachers because they love helping students and enjoy seeing them learn. But nowadays, there is so much more to the job. Evaluations, testing, teaching for testing, and paperwork.
I decided to become a teacher because I thought back to all the great high school and college teachers that I had, and how inspirational they were. So I wanted to do something that made a difference, and here I am today.
Teachers play a huge role in students' lives. Many students look up to one of their teachers as a role model. Without teachers, the youth would not excel or be able to show their true potential.
The teacher's day is 7:45 to 2:40, so off the clock, I usually leave here about 5:30, 6 o'clock every night. Correcting, I'm involved with a lot of clubs and activities, so just getting everything done I need to. I usually leave around 5:30, but I'm always answering emails and on my computer at home too. So it can be an around the clock job for sure.
Most people don't realize how much work and dedication a teacher puts into their profession. Some students make it more challenging to teach because they don't respect classroom rules. Even though teachers face many challenges, their love for their job makes them keep going. This has been Jesse Sarkeesian, and back to the studio.
Well, there's plenty to learn behind the scenes of an ice rink, from cost of upkeep and early morning schedules. It's no easy task to run this business.
I'm Bernice Vegas reporting live from the Driscoll Skating Rink, where hockey teams and figure skaters from all around town come to skate. But what actually happens behind the scenes at a skating rink? There are so many factors that go into operating an ice rink. You'll need a facility, a staff, and a management team to run it. Once you have the major aspects, you'll need skating clubs, youth hockey teams, and high school teams for business. When everything is up and running, it's important to understand the cost involved in upkeep. Most rinks can spend up to $400,000 per year on gas, electricity, insurance, and water, while only having a revenue of just around half of that.
We have shift supervisors and skate guards that do daily upkeep of cleaning the arena and just general upkeep of most of our equipment. The misconception is that everything in here needs to be cold. There's a reason why it's not very warm when you come in here.
Although the upkeep of the rink is important, maintaining schedules and communicating with teams, clubs, and the general public is equally as important.
For the Zamboni, we do a lot of greasing and we do a lot of upkeep on the batteries.
You just drive a certain pattern around the rink, which covers all the ice, and at the same time you're laying down hot water, usually about 130 degrees or better, so that it actually cuts, the blade cuts the ice, and the hot water fills in all the holes and melts the ice around it, and then that's when you have a nice clean surface.
Of course, we know that the behind-the-scenes operations of a rink can be challenging and involved. Some rinks also add concessions and a skate shop, which adds atmosphere and business, but also adds another item to the list of things to manage. Running and maintaining an ice rink is a tough business, especially with the intense care, scheduling, and expenses that goes into it. Despite these challenges, the rink can serve as a second home to those who skate on it and those who come to support the players that do.
From the athletes on ice to those on the mats, cheering has become an international sport that has gained interest over the years, but only perfected by the elite. Here's Aubrey for the behind the scenes of a cheering competition.
Aubrey Carrero here at the Hartford Convention Center in Hartford, Connecticut, where the All-Star Cheerleading Spirit Fest National Championships are well underway. Every year, hundreds of teams hailing from gyms around the country come here with the hopes of winning a national title, or even perhaps an invitation to the Cheerleading World Championships at ESPN's Wide World of Sports in Orlando, Florida. While their 2-minute and 30-second routines are unparalleled entertainment, it's what happens behind the scenes before the performances which truly displays the dedication and months of preparation spent on the chance for a title.
We practice 3 times a week for about 2 to 3 hours. We never really know what will happen out on stage, so you can never really be too prepared.
After a trip to the athlete-exclusive warm-up room to prepare their routines and make any final tweaks, the teams head backstage to wait for their turn at a national title. Months of preparation culminate here as the event is planned and executed, the athletes groomed and beautified, the teams practice and perform, and titles are earned and celebrated. The teams take the mat, give it their all, and hopefully nail their routine.
I wish people really understood. It takes a lot of stamina to get through these routines. I think they really feel the pressure because they're going out there giving it their all. They want to be the best. They work hard all year long, they practice hard, and they deserve to win.
Despite the lack of recognition for the work put into preparing an event like this, the bonds formed between teammates trumps all. That was a look backstage and behind the scenes at a major all-star cheerleading competition, proving that although winning is the ultimate goal, it's the small wins along the way that we cheer for and the ones that stand out most. I'm Aubrey Carrero for Fred TV News.
From the art of flips and formations to the performing arts of music, Owen Norton goes behind the scenes of the Narrows Center for the Arts in our next story.
Performing art venue owners are some of the most underappreciated in the music industry. Today, I'm going behind the scenes at the Narrows Center for the Arts to see how challenging this job can truly be. At least 3 nights per week, the Narrows Center for the Arts has events of all types, from comedy shows to rock concerts. It's up to the sound technician to have everything ready for these performers.
The most rewarding part of the job here at the Narrows Center for the Arts is making both the musicians and the fans happy on a nightly basis. We do over 140 concerts, and seeing people leave with a smile on their face and the enjoyment that they see. And also the musicians, they don't get to play a lot of places who really take care of the sound and the audience, and it's having those two come together after a great evening that both parties are happy. The most technically difficult part about the job is creating the overall the sound mix here at the soundboard, which you can see. We used to have an analog setup, which was what they call old school mixing, and everything was kind of laid out in front of you. The digital soundboard is more like a computer, so there's different layers, different programs that you get into. And because we do a lot of different kinds of music, both quiet and really loud electric, each night presents its own challenges in trying to make sure that we have the right mix, the right volume, and that everyone can hear all the different instruments throughout the room.
At an arts venue like the Narrows, employees wear many hats. Patrick Norton not only mixes the sound, but manages the facility as a whole, bringing in art exhibits and scheduling concerts too.
One of the more challenging parts of the job is continue to keep the musical programming fresh, bringing in different bands, and having a good mix of blues, rock, country, jazz, and rock. We like to do a lot of different genres here at the Narrows, and we've been doing this for a while, so constantly finding new acts and also bringing back some of the fan favorites and finding the mix where we can make some money and also present the kind of music that we want to do.
As I found out today, balancing the musician's needs and what the audience wants is a very difficult task. But I'm going to go try to catch the rest of this show. Back to you guys in the studio.
For our last story, Alexis takes us through the business of baking. Here's her story.
Hello, I'm Alexis Keene. I'm going to take you behind the scenes to Barcella's Bakery. One of the first things needed in owning and opening a bakery successfully is dough. Not just the cash kind, but also the baking kind. A strong work ethic is also very important. Since bakeries are open early for the general public, getting all these baked goods on the shelves in time before opening is key. The only way that gets done is by getting there long before opening. Owners and employers of a bakery are there before the crack of dawn, sometimes even before 4 o'clock. Now that you've been behind the scenes, you can see all the hard work that it takes to owning a bakery.
Well, that's all for our show. I'm Cameron Cabral.
And I'm Keelan Dunn. Thanks for watching Fred TV News.